Coming to you live and direct, fist deep. With your hosts, Jake Young and Terry Shepard. Today's guest, we have a guest. Terry Shepard does 5 in the fist.
It's you, big guy. You're the guest. You're the whole freaking show.
Oh, I'm just gonna have to wing it.
What's that? Dude, I'm really excited about this. This is a chance for America. And I'm going to go ahead and just update everybody real quick that we're looking at, I think, 2 viewers. So I think it's safe to say America. I don't remember what I was going to say. I think America's going to be shocked and graced by the comedy of Terry Shepard tonight. I'm so excited, dude. Everybody gets to see your stuff for once. Thousands of comics we've had on this show. Millions of hours of footage filmed, and not a single one ever recorded of the enigma of T. Midas, Terrence Trent Shepard.
Yeah. America's lucky.
You think? You're really selling them on it, big guy.
Well, it's just because I just cracked open my Florida Man double IPA.
Florida Man? What's that?
Well, it's a double IPA from Cigar City Brewing Company in Tampa.
Wait a minute. I think I just got a thing. There was like an ad for a cigar company down there, and I think it said something about buying a Florida Man pack, and it had beers and cigars and all kinds of crap in it. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, this one is unpredictable varieties of hops used in nearly criminal volumes combined to create a bold, citrusy double Indiana Pale Ale brewed to pay tribute to the world's worst superhero, Florida Man.
What on earth? Hold that up. Give that to us one more time. Look at that.
It's beautiful.
Well, I'll tell you what. Florida is a unique
I let
place.
my hair grow out.
Yeah, I see that. Like week over week, you've really done some work. You look nice. Where are those glasses?
Dude, yeah. I just wanted to pay tribute to Florida Man tonight. Yeah.
That is it right there. I like that. That's a good look for you, man. How was your week?
Oh, so far so good. Yeah, it was pretty uneventful weekend.
Okay.
How about you?
Nothing much really. Just John's birthday was in the last week.
A big one.
So John turned 2. He's finally a 2-year-old, and I'll tell you what, he's a really well-behaved one too. Aside from the screaming, which you hear every once in a while when we're working, aside from that, man, he's a really good kid. He's well-behaved. He likes to walk and walk and walk and walk and walk and have fun and smile, and we're just super fortunate to have him, and super fortunate for him to be as awesome as he is. So it was nice to be able to kind of dote over that kid and buy him some crap, and we kind of buy him interactive, learny sort of stuff. So he got a desk that has some, alphabet functions to it and counting functions and stuff like that. It's saying that my internet's unstable. Let's not do that.
Oh no.
But anyway.
Does he have any symbols?
No, he doesn't have any cymbals. He doesn't have any drums. So he has toys that make noise. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm writing this down. I'm gonna hop on to Amazon. I forgot to get him a birthday gift.
Oh, well, you don't have to do that, Terry. Seriously, you don't have to do that. If there's one thing you don't have to do, it's buy him cymbals, I promise.
Oh. Yeah, I know I don't have to, but I think he's a sweetheart, and I know that I'm his favorite.
Right.
Non-related uncle or whatever.
I'll tell you what, with my twins, when they were this same age, We took them to, I think it was Chuck E. Cheese. I think it was when they were 2. It was 2 or 3. We took them to Chuck E. Cheese, and a bunch of family came out for it. And just about every gift that we opened was either something that could get rubbed into carpet, something that could get rubbed into hair, something that was a projectile, or something that was loud. I mean, across the board, all they did was buy the stuff that was going to wreak the most havoc on the house. And having 2 of them at the same age, man, it worked.
Nice.
Oh, man. So
I
yeah,
do miss some of
last
those
week was
days.
big birthday week because the twins were Monday, and then John was at the end of the week, so we were on Thursday. So it was nice to
That's
have
awesome.
a whole big week. It's nice to have them kind of packed in like that. Now, the fact that they're 20 years apart is interesting, but yeah.
It'll keep you young.
What's that?
It'll keep you young.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. We're talking about another one too. So
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, I did miss cleaning Play-Doh out of carpets, but now that we have grandkids come over on the weekends,
And you have quite a few of those too.
we do have 6. Yeah, as a matter of
6
fact.
grandkids total, and they all live local.
No, 3 moved to Florida recently.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
I
Gives
did
me a
not know
chance
that.
to go stock up on some Florida Man IPA.
You have a reason to head south.
Hmm.
All right. Well, fair enough. Well, dude, we got a big show.
Big
We're
show.
talking today. We're talking about is life a simulation? Are we in a video game? Is any of this real? Is all of this make believe? Is there a reason why when they measure certain things, they see it, and when they don't measure it, it turns into all of these vast possibilities? Is there something more to what's going on than what's going on? We are going to dive into all of that. Done a lot of research for this, dug around. I've been rolling these kind of things around in my head for years anyway, so it's going to be fun to kind of get some of this stuff off my chest. I'm super excited about it. You look surprised, and you should, because quite honestly, you're kind of finding out about a lot of this now. We've talked about the fact that I'm going to do this at some point, but I don't think necessarily you're ready, and I haven't told you anything leading up to this, have I?
No, I'm ready for my mind to be blown.
So I want your reaction to be as genuine as all 2 of our viewers. I want everybody to be that dialed in. Does that make sense?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But first,
Oh,
so what we're gonna do first? We're gonna do hot topics.
mm.
Does that make sense? And
Hot topics.
right. And we've done something different. We were screwing around and seeing if we couldn't, because I mean the show has basically looked the same way for what, 6-7 years now,
At least, yeah.
right?
So way back when we started in the 1900s.
Right. So we thought that we might try to update it. So here is the new hot topic. And James. Our first technical glitch of the show. We knew we'd have one. Yeah? You like that music, don't you, Steve?
Woohoo.
All right.
Get me hype.
I'm telling you, I'm excited for this. This feels like a new era. It's like, I don't know, we've been doing it the same way for so long. It's nice to get some change now that we're finally, I mean, episode 6. I'm surprised we're not, cracking some champagne for this. Kind of a milestone as it sits.
Yeah. Well, I have a big bottle of Dom Perignon to celebrate episode 10.
And that was on your rider, I think.
Yeah, when I agreed to do this, that was part of the deal.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that, so it's already showed up and you're ready, right? You got that thing chilled?
It's chilling.
All right. Well, why don't you go ahead and take us through this, man? Topic number 1.
Let's do it. Hot topics. Oh, the first one this week.
Yeah.
Dante Wright killed by police in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota.
Yep.
I want to know what's in the water in Minnesota that officers, it just seems Like, didn't this just happen a year ago?
Aren't they like literally having a trial right down the road about police brutality and maybe overexertion of force? And so tell us, all right, tell everybody what happened.
All right. So the way I understand it, a young man was pulled over. Maybe he had expired tags. Maybe he had an air freshener hanging from his rearview mirror.
Which apparently is illegal in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, or maybe the entire state, as a blind spot obstruction type thing. So
Sure.
It is legal to pull you over for that, apparently.
Apparently. Yep. So he gets pulled over. Supposedly he had a warrant for something, a missed court appearance. He decided that he didn't want to stick around, and an officer claims that she meant to tase him and she shot him.
Now, this officer, well, I'm saying apparently too much, but they're saying that the officer yelled taser prior to shooting, and then also made a comment afterwards, apparently just realizing what had happened. So it sounds like maybe there was a mix-up in that. I'm not a cop, man, and I don't know shit. Pardon, but couldn't you just put something behind their back tires when you pull up on a routine stop, so when they drive off, it pops their tires and they can't go anywhere? Aren't there workarounds to even pulling a taser on somebody? Isn't there a way to just kind of let them limp off to the side of the road and go, okay, stupid. Right. Now what? Or no, you ran. Okay, we've got your car, and your girlfriend didn't run. She's sitting right here. I mean, she knows where you live. She was with you.
I kind of think, had he had maybe a rifle that carried 30 rounds and he just let it fly indiscriminately,
right,
a bunch of random strangers, that they probably would have taken him out for some Burger King before they took him to jail.
Right. If this guy would have jumped out of his car and just started spraying the crowd, they would have clipped him in the knee. Well, we have to hear why. But Mr. Airfresh, now, here again, he also had warrants. I don't know what for.
Yeah, I don't
know. Maybe the tags were expired, and air fresheners. And was he trying to drive? He was trying to drive off.
Yeah. I don't know that anybody was in immediate danger. I'm not quite sure what the need was but then again,
I can show you 100 videos right now of people getting out of cars and fighting and whatever cops and jumping in their car and driving off and not getting shot at.
Yeah.
Right now. They had a whole series called Cops about things like this. And nobody in those shows died. But now all of a sudden, well, I say now all of a sudden, that's not fair either. But
it's been going on for a while. And I think, the fact that we have cell phones, now there's body cams, we get to see what people, what hasn't been out in the open for so long. So maybe it's time for reform. I mean, my day job is in banking, and, in 2008, when there was a big financial crisis, there was a whole lot of reform.
But and I'll tell you what, man, we should say this as well. The police officer involved was like a 26-year veteran.
Veteran, yeah.
This is somebody who'd been on the force for a long time. I don't know the officer's background and history or any of that stuff, but if this was a genuine mix-up, I mean, that is just a horrible thing to have hanging on you. And for it to happen in as close proximity to the events that are happening right now with the Derek Chauvin, or however you pronounce his name, case, that's super unfortunate. And that's one of those things that you just kind of get linked at that moment, and you just, I don't know. the whole thing just kind of gets messy and unfortunate. And I don't know. It just, the whole thing sucks. There's got to be a better way to deal with this than shoot first, ask questions later. And for God's sake, don't shoot first and then say something garbage, like, I guess you're not running anywhere, Holmes, or
Right.
there's, it just, I don't know.
Yeah, and I think if I think if you're in the military and you are engaging people, you're held to a lot higher standards than an officer.
But there are arrests happening across the United States all the time that don't end this way.
Sure.
As well, just like the example of things happening when you're, in a wartime situation, I would assume. So, all right.
That's
Number 2.
a fun topic. Oh, let's go to
right.
This seems even more
Let's
fun.
cheer up a little bit.
Yeah, let's move on to something even cheerier. Michigan to COVID. I can't quit you.
Oh, how can you? It's
Yeah, so
good.
apparently,
it's so juicy. Who wants that to leave?
right, apparently some huge spike in COVID cases in Michigan.
Right.
Like over 50,000 new cases last week.
Oh,
Like
wow.
just like the peak of the pandemic. So I'm not quite sure what's happening up to our neighbors up north, but yeah, that doesn't seem good.
Yeah, no kidding. And they don't have any well, I mean, now Michigan as a state has a lot of people that aren't going to follow mask mandates and that kind of stuff. They're just
No,
not.
they tried to kidnap their governor.
They tried to kidnap their governor, exactly. So,
Right.
and that's not saying all of them, but it did happen. So,
Yeah.
it's maybe not a humongous surprise. Plus, because of the fact that Michigan is a colder state, I guess you would think, man, just do the stupid mask thing. It's not a big deal. I don't want to be restricted in life, and putting a mask on for 20 minutes while I do something isn't restrictive, or an hour while I do something isn't restrictive. It didn't really bother me.
Now, do you think the people in Michigan have ever heard of taking cold showers? Take a cold shower, you can't get COVID.
Or you could spray Windex on it.
Yeah, or just spray Windex on it. Yeah.
Now let's. It can't just be any kind of cold shower either, though, can it? Because this is your Wim Hof.
Yeah, it has to be coupled with some hyperventilation. Yeah.
Okay, we should totally get into that sometime, because you have a really fascinating worldview on how to stay free of all disease, period.
Well, I don't buy into how to stay free of all disease, period, but I do believe that it can help you with your immune system.
Yeah,
sure.
But for this point forward, and for the sake of the show, you could probably play a character that did that when I bring that up moving forward.
Of course I can play a character.
Let's bookmark that one. You are officially that now.
I'm officially that guy.
Yep, 100%. When that comes up, you are now him. We're lucky that we're early in the creation process, and very few souls are seeing. So there'll be a few people that'll be able to leak all of this out to TMZ when we have 100 million subscribers. But for the time being, we're in pretty good shape.
Yeah. I can cure all disease with breath work and plunging in cold water.
And plunging in cold water. Oh, man, I'm so excited to hear about this. Not
It's
right
amazing.
today, though.
I don't know if the CDC's tried it.
Number 3.
This goes in with the Michigan spike in COVID cases. Governor Whitmer asked the Biden administration for some more doses of vaccines, and they said, nah, brah, we got this handled.
Right.
But then there are states like Mississippi, who we talked about this earlier. They had like 70,000 doses that they just had to flush down the drain and feed to the alligators.
And conversely, when asked about trying to put in another mask mandate and all of that, Whitmer said no. I think you may have covered that earlier, but
Yeah.
man, everybody's just kind of contributed to
Well,
the problem here.
right. And she's not going to. I think she took so much heat before. I think she's afraid that she, the same gang that decided to storm the Capitol, the few that left there are going to come and storm her
Right.
mansion if she dares make them put a mask on her
Isn't that crazy?
outdoors.
But that's also, I don't know. The U.S.
Or
was
she
kind of
weighing,
founded on things like this, I
maybe
suppose.
weighing the economic impact of it all.
Right.
They don't want to shut down again. I'm sure that's the last thing any
Well,
governor wants to do.
I'll tell you what, man. It's a good thing that we exist as a bastion of true information and good foundational news, because everyone else is lying to you. If it's not fist deep, you're being lied to.
Exactly.
And I think that's a fact.
That should be our tagline. Oh, number 4. This is a rough one. DMX passes away.
This is a grim news week, dude.
Hip hop icon. Guy led a pretty amazing life.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, obviously he was a troubled soul, and he had some hardships over the years.
Right.
Addiction problems, but the dude also had 5 #1 albums. The guy played in front of 200,000 people what I believe is the greatest Woodstock of all time.
Easily in the top 2.
Easily the top 2, Woodstock '99.
Yeah. Easily in the top 2.
Yep. And there's a local comic. If you ever get a chance to hear Dwight Simmons tell his story about promoting a concert for DMX at Bloomington at IU, it's fun. So made me think of that. It's a good story.
So they had him. All right. What's the guy's name again?
Dwight Simmons.
Dwight Simmons.
Yeah, indie comic.
So
that was a good DMX story.
Dude, DMX had just monster jams. Just monster jams. That guy's freaking boot print is just stomped, or paw print, I suppose, in this case, is just embedded in American culture. And honestly, it's going to be, I'm sure he's glad to know, bounced around stadiums and sporting events for probably forever. I mean, I can't imagine a time when there isn't some just huge
up in here.
Woo! And all of a sudden, kids busted out and Chuck E. Cheese is dancing. Trust me, DMX is going to be around forever in spirit.
Yeah, and I also heard a cool story. I think it was Jay-Z and Beyonce. They paid $10 million for his music catalog.
Yeah.
And gave it to his kids.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So.
That's really cool. All right. And last but not least, I know that you're all over this one.
No eliminations. Final 4 set.
Yep.
Wait a minute. What is? Oh, this is RuPaul's Drag Race.
RuPaul's
right?
Drag Race. Yeah. They did Best Drag. Candy Muse easily had the worst look. So first to last, I would say Simone, then Gottmik. If you said Gottmik and then Simone, I wouldn't hate you. Just personal preference. Simone, Gottmik, then Rosé. Her look it wasn't very contouring. It was kind of weird up top. And then Candy's just sucked. So, but then they lip sync. They did it one at a time. Great job. Everybody put in a killer performance. RuPaul decided that Shantae all 4 stay, and now we move on to the finale. We've got a final 4. I'm sure they're going to do lip syncs against one another maybe again. That's been kind of popular, so it'll be exciting to see what the finale looks like.
So what you're saying, no eliminations, that means everybody got a rose.
Everybody got a rose.
And nobody's torch got extinguished.
Dude, you are starting to catch on. I'm glad to see that you're finally getting the hang of this. When either the next All-Star season or the next regular season starts up, we'll have to make sure that you watch it start to finish and you can give some good reaction.
If there's another pandemic, I'll start watching it. But you know, I'm so far behind on like the Survivor seasons.
Right.
I stopped watching when Rudy, this old man Rudy, was on there. That was like 20 years ago.
All right. You know what I think? I think that's Hot Topics.
Hot Topics. Huh. Pretty hot.
Pretty hot.
Coming in hot tonight with them Hot Topics.
Oh, man. We got some stuff to do, dude. We got some stuff to do. So, as we discussed earlier, our big topic tonight is going to be, is life a simulation? I'm excited to get into it. I've got a bunch of stuff set up. So, if it's cool with you, I'm just going to jump right in.
Let's do it.
Right. Here we go. Hey, it worked. No glitches this time.
Whoa.
I feel good about that. Yeah, this is the new backdrop. How does it feel? You know you're in the Matrix now.
It's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool, right?
All right.
All right. Okay, so first of all, obviously we're all here, right? Because we're here, we're talking. You guys are watching us, we're watching each other. All of this is happening in some way, shape, or form. Fair to say?
Yeah.
But what if somehow we've been put in these avatars and we're actually playing out some type of game? And that's what we're going to explore. So, hang on. Are you seeing the...
Yes.
It's all weird.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Wait, what's that?
That's my kids. And me.
Yeah, that's because Terry, we're not going to talk about his life as a simulation. We're going to talk about you today.
Duh.
Terry Shepard, today is about you. I got a hold of your wife behind your back while you were at work, over the phone, while my wife was present, and got some pictures, and got some memories, and she sent them over to me, and I wanted to present them with no context and tell you what I felt was going on at the time. And then maybe you can kind of let us into your world a little bit and kind of share with everybody a little bit about Terry Shepard. All right. So, I know I was supposed to be doing the simulation thing, but I'll be honest with you, that sounded boring. And I thought, man, you know what? I'm going to do something cool for Terry this week. And so I wanted to do this 8 years ago or whatever it was. You like found me through Facebook or something and interacted with me and thought that I was cool enough to do movie stuff and saw some kind of talent. And I've been able to kind of, culture some of that. And it's been because of you, so I wanted to say thanks and just kind of have a little bullshit session with you and see some of this stuff. So,
nice.
I appreciate you, buddy, and I wanted to spend some time on you. And I even got cheesy music in the background that I'm now going to turn off. I found all of this free stuff. I've been working on this, so. Picture number one.
Dude.
This is when you and I met. You were 4. I was 3.
Yep.
We were playing U4 soccer together.
Yep.
This was what you wore to every practice.
Yeah.
And I thought at the time, if I could get my hair to feather like that, maybe I'd score goals too.
Yeah.
Who's this kid?
But you were recruited heavily by the Chelsea Football Club, weren't you?
I was recruited heavily by the U6 teams because they didn't have enough spots to fill.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was tall for only being 3.
Mm-hmm.
You, on
I
the other
remember you
hand,
were like 6'2".
I was 6'2" then, and then I re-shrunk, and then I grew back up.
Yeah,
It was a really weird time for me.
that was weird.
It turns out none of that actually happened. My parents just walked around with a magnifying glass in front of me, so everybody thought I was substantially bigger. I was just normal size. So what's the deal with this guy? How old were you here?
Uh, Junior high, maybe?
Yeah?
Yeah, or maybe no, not junior high. That was a little uh, fifth grade, maybe sixth
Okay.
grade, sixth. I don't know. I don't
Well, I'll
know,
tell you what, it's a good look. I like that sweater.
dude. I was so into. Do you remember Family Ties?
Oh, yeah, Alex Keaton.
Alex Keaton. Yeah, I thought I'd like that guy's got it figured out.
Is that
I want
true?
to be whatever Alex Keaton. Yeah.
And that's so funny because Alex P. Keaton is like a wheeler and a dealer in that show. He's always fast moving, and you kind of are like that as well in a way.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
So that's,
drawn to Alex P. Keaton.
that totally makes sense. Looking at this picture, I completely see it too. Huh. All right. So then, obviously, when you were in ninth grade,
Yes, that was my freshman year,
that was when,
high school.
and you still hadn't gone through puberty, which was why obviously you
Not
were
yet.
hairless.
No.
You had just gotten back from an internship in the Caribbean,
Yes.
working as a longshoreman,
Yep.
and you
I had a good
decided
tan.
and you decided to enter a competition.
Hmm.
And you were actually able that day to crack the most walnuts in your butt cheeks.
Yeah, actually, I won my weight class for that,
For butt cheek nut cracking?
but cheek nut cracking.
So, but what's interesting here, honest to God, is that, dude, you look like Adonis. You look like an action figure. What the hell is going on? The dude that I know now
Right.
and this guy seem very far apart from one another.
They are. Yeah. Yeah. That guy was dedicated. Andy was pretty neurotic,
Okay.
but dedicated. I mean, like, you had it's definitely a different lifestyle where you spend 5 days a week at the gym and prepare all your meals on Sunday and eat every 2 to 3 hours.
And, but, I mean, look at you, dude. That is incredible. That's like something that you did. That's amazing.
Yeah, it is pretty. Yeah, when I think about it, it's pretty cool to be like, wow, I did that.
Now, what was your weight class?
It was a middleweight, so I think I weighed in the 170s maybe.
Oh, okay.
So I started my diet like pre-contest weight was like 210,
Sure.
and then where I've hovered since then, and and then
Wait a minute. So you're saying that you're just a training camp away from being this guy in essence?
I'm probably I'd have to train pretty hard for a year to get back to shape.
But do you think you could?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's incredible. I couldn't do this in 100 lifetimes. It involves
No, I
going to the
think you
gym
could.
entirely too much.
No, I think you could. I think you just have to. I mean, if you decide that's what you want to do,
I,
and make yourself do it.
but my shoulders are just like trash.
Yeah, my shoulders are trash. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really
Yeah, they were
hard for
trash
me
at
to-
the picture.
Oh, I've had this collarbone cut down. Ugh. All right, we got to get. No, I guess we don't have to get moving. So
yeah,
how long did you do this for?
I probably trained like regularly like this for 7 years, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I meant perform in blackface.
Right, like Roberto.
That's straight up stealing a joke from Roberto Garcia, by the way. Roberto,
Yeah, that
if
was
you're
the best
watching,
thing ever.
total credit to you. That was a great joke.
Yeah.
Great T-shirt.
Yeah, I mean that was the only time I ever painted myself. It was
That's dark,
for
man.
a couple photo shoots and contests.
It makes it pop though.
Right. If otherwise you're going to be washed out. on a stage with lights on you.
Right.
You got to be brown-ish.
Yes.
You got to be, you're pasty. People can't see you.
Right. You don't look as good. It's just true. So you did this for how long now?
I probably trained like regularly and diet with a good, the total, probably a good 7 years of eating right. And
Man.
yeah.
And that's how long it took you to get to this point.
Yeah, probably.
That's insane. I don't know, man. That is just a level of dedication that man, that seems like a lot. And it's incredible that you were able to achieve that. And even more incredible that you think that you could get back to a semblance of this with some ease.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not like you're just walking in the park, but still, you could do it.
Definitely. I mean, if it was something that I decided, okay, I just want to make this a habit, part of my lifestyle again.
Do we need to do that for the show, Terry?
I like to eat cheeseburgers. I mean, I'm drinking this Florida Man beer. Like I did not drink any beer or anything.
Dude, we should totally do a 1-year workup to an amateur show. Enter you into the contest. We'll do 1 year. We'll follow you through the show. We'll do little vignettes and stuff of us capturing you training and whatnot, and go through the whole process. You can put in all of the horrible, excruciating labor and work,
right?
And I'll film.
And you'll film it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
All right.
Thoughts?
I'm probably not going to enter a show.
Okay.
But I would
enter a show. If you enter the show at the end, that's we're never going to get to 7 viewers if you don't do that. So
right.
Just think about it.
I will.
Now, when I saw this picture, I affectionately labeled it the Spoo Crew.
The what?
The Spoo Crew. It's actually saved on my computer as SPOOCREW, which I guess I should have put CROO, but the Spoo Crew. Crew. Only guy I know is the middle dude, the tall guy, Cody Baker Pond, who is the man and who has not subscribed to our channel yet, and that baffles me.
Oh, no. Yeah, I'll have to reach out to him.
So what's going on here?
So we decided that, we were all fans of the show Entourage.
Right.
You remember with yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so we were all fans of the show Entourage, and we decided we were just going to have a bro date where we went to the movie premiere or whatever that weekend. Right. I don't know. We went to see Entourage that weekend, and we thought we would recreate like our little Entourage picture.
That's amazing. Dude, that's so good. It makes so much more sense now.
So that's the context of that.
Holy crap.
My buddy Chris Broughton, I met in my sophomore year, is on the opposite end of me.
Okay.
And then Cody's neighbor, Louie, is in between Cody and I.
Okay.
Yeah.
And whose house are you at?
I think that's Cody's in-laws. I think that's their house.
Okay. That's not the house that we shot at, is it? Or that was Cody's house?
No, we shot at Cody's house, yeah.
He's got a nice house.
Yeah, well, you could put his house inside his in-laws' house.
Oh, okay.
It's a good size house.
Now we know who this is. This is the crew.
The crew, yeah. Yeah, these folks, because when we started doing film together, this was the age of the kids.
Absolutely, it was. I've got to see them basically grow up from this point forward. You're exactly right.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
That's insane.
Well, Owen, Jake, and Taylor, and Ricky.
Yeah. Go through
that was our Christmas card that year, or whatever.
So Owen's got the vest. Which Owen, gosh, what is he now? Like 6'3", 6'2"?
Dude, yeah. He's like
tall.
6'2", I think. Yeah.
Jake looks somehow exactly the same.
Yeah, he hasn't changed much.
Completely unchanged. I haven't seen Taylor in a while, so I haven't seen her probably in a few years. So
yeah, she's changed a little bit. Yeah, she's She cut all her hair off like a year ago, like completely shaved it,
Oh, cool.
like Demi Moore in G.I.
Yeah.
Jane.
Yeah.
Looked super great.
All right.
And then she's let it grow out, so now it's kind of, short.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And finally, she sent me this one. Dude, this is like the best picture you've ever taken. This is the best picture. I've never taken a picture this good. This is a great... Who took this?
I think Brett Robinson.
Really? Man,
Yeah.
credit to that guy.
Yeah.
Super talented dude, by the way. Brett Robinson. Check that guy out.
Yep. Yeah. And I think we were maybe shooting some kind of something. Over the years, I haven't done a lot with him, especially since the pandemic and since for a few years now. But definitely we've worked on film stuff together. Or if he's need a second shooter for things, he's called me up.
And it's crazy because this picture here is really kind of representative of how I perceived you early on, because you were doing films. I didn't know anything about any of this stuff. I thought it was so cool that you were doing this filming and making movies and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I saw you that first day on set, when we were doing the one where I fell through the door and got choked out, this is what I saw. This is the guy that I saw. And then you open your mouth, and I didn't even know what to do. It's like two totally different people.
I don't know what to think.
I was completely lost. You were completely different. I thought that you were going to be very direct and very pointed in all of your direction and stuff. And you were like, I don't know, man. What do you think that we should do? And I was like, oh, he wants input from me. That's awesome. And we just kind of started talking and jiving about stuff. And pretty soon we started weaving kind of into each other's brain on these idiotic stories. And quite honestly, anybody who's watching that's seen Terry's comedy or sees some of the bits on here and tries to say, oh, yeah, I can see Terry writing that, I probably had a hand in that too. So if you don't like his comedy, you don't like mine either. So welcome to the show.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because we would do film together, and I've always been drawn to comedy.
Yeah.
So I think there was something there where I just decided, I think everything's always been about wanting to write film.
Yeah.
And shoot our own stuff. And then somewhere along the way with my ADHD, I'm like, oh, there's something else shining.
Right.
Let's figure this out. Maybe this will make me a better whatever.
Right. Well, it certainly has. And seeing how much you've evolved through the years as well has been really kind of cool. And as far as how you shoot and how you perceive it and how you look at it, your comedy, all of it. It's been fun to watch.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah. It's fun to create these stories.
Well, dude, this was my little corny segment for you in the middle where we kind of drag everybody through the life of Terry Shepard. I hope you enjoyed it. We got to get moving because we got to get you in the fist. And I know you're pretty nervous about it. And honestly, I've got a continuation of that because I've got a big surprise for you coming up here in just a minute.
Oh. So this is all a simulation, huh?
Oh, yeah.
My dog is under my chair. He's farting. He has slobbered all over my pants. Sometimes.
Dude, Rocket's the best. And when Rocket farts, I'm sure that thing goes off.
Oh, if I could leave this room right now, I would.
Well, you got to stay put, man. Maybe that's working the nerves out. But I know you were nervous about tonight's Five in the Fist. Not super nervous, but you know what I mean. You've been kind of talking about it or whatever. We did kind of throw it at you last second. So
yeah.
We got something. We had something delivered today by a couple of gentlemen in oversized leather, full leather suits, and I'm excited for you to see it. Why don't you go ahead and reach in under your chair real quick?
Under my chair?
Like the chair where you're sitting right now, like reaching under it.
Oh, wow. This was taped under my chair.
What is it? Let's show us. Marshall Mathers, 8 Mile, Michigan. That looks legit.
Dude.
Yep, I told you. They were big guys. They were
Wow.
really big guys. Super nice. I didn't know that they made full leather suits like that. That was really cool. I mean, like, kind of not like Eddie Murphy, a little bit stepped up from that. It was really
I
nice.
can't believe so out of the 8 views, he was one of them from last week. That's amazing. Wow.
So it got around to him somehow. Remember, we cut that little clip out too. It went viral.
Oh,
I think it got 3 views.
dude.
Look at this guy.
Wow.
You're making out like a bandit today, buddy.
Uh, amazing. Oh, he wrote me back.
Yeah?
Dear Terry, thank you for writing me. It's so cool that you're almost exactly 2 years older than me. Wait, is this the T Midas from the Indie Bad Boys with a Z? Yes, Haley is a rapper too. You're right. The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, lol. My mom was crazy, but we managed better now after the lawsuit. You grew up in a trailer park too, right? Right on. My house is 12,000 square feet, and the parcel of land is as big as the whole trailer park I grew up in. Ever watch Trailer Park Boys with an S? Those guys are funny. Is your comedy that funny? Wait, this is T Midas I'm talking to. Of course it is. I saw your bit about catching your friend on a baby monitor. That's gold. Get it? Gold? Midas? See, I'm funny too. Well, it's time to get fitted for a new sweatsuit. Ta-ta for now. M. P.S. Write me anytime. Your new BFF.
Well, I'll be.
Dude, that's amazing.
It just goes to show, man, if you are willing to put in the effort, you may just find that life gives you something really cool in return.
Dude, he even autographed it.
That's pretty incredible. Hold that up.
I'm
more
going to
time.
say next to Big.
You have, yeah, put him over there by Biggie.
Oh, so
So good.
pack him up there.
All right, well, here we go, man. We're ready. We're a little bit behind schedule, but that's fine. If you're ready, we're ready. We got a new intro for this as well. Hope everybody enjoys it. It's Five and Fist. Oh, yeah. It gets funky in here.
All right. Let me know when do I go?
Hang on a second. It's acting all wonky.
We can't have wonky.
Sorry?
God don't like wonky.
I don't know. Yeah, this is all wrong. All right, bud. Well, this sucks.
It's okay.
We may have to push your Five in the Fist. We don't want to do that, though, do we?
Now I can go. Where am I at? Where my dog's at?
Well, that's what I'm telling you. You're not. Something's messed up on the screens. I can't get the screen to come up.
Oh man. Well, I tell you what, I can just go. You don't have to see me.
Okay. Well, why don't we won't use the fists and we'll just go solo shot on you right now.
Let's do it.
Let's go ahead and start your 5.
All right. Well, first off, thanks for the tribute. That was amazing.
You're
It was
welcome.
pretty awesome. I was really expecting to be overwhelmed by your simulation theory. And instead I was overwhelmed by just all the nice, kind things you had to say. And anyway, I've been charmed, I feel like, is what I'm trying to say.
All right.
I'm a glass half full kind of guy.
Right.
Last few months have been pretty good. Work has been steady. Guy called me about extending the warranty on my car. Just today, I got a $7,500 check in the mail from the Boy Scouts of America.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What was that for?
I
Oh,
was a
never
cute kid.
mind.
I'm expecting one any minute from the Archdiocese of Indiana. Uh, I don't know. You know this about me, but people watching may not. I went to school for broadcasting, and so maybe that's why you and I are putting together this uh, video podcast in front of two viewers on a Tuesday night.
Right.
And I think going to school for broadcasting really prepared me for my 25-year career in banking.
Right.
Upon graduation, I was offered a couple jobs. One was to produce a radio show for former IU basketball coach Bob Knight.
Okay.
The other was overnights at a country music station. And there's only one thing I hate more than former IU basketball coach Bob Knight or country music. Boy, I really messed that one up. Just this one Florida man beer. Woo!
The fist will get you. This is a pressure cooker, buddy.
But yeah, so there's only one thing I hate more than country music. That's former IU basketball coach Bob Knight. So there I'd be at 3:00 in the morning to take and collect calls from the women's prison.
Right.
Hot Kicking Country, KT93. This goes out to the lady in cell block A. Shania Twain, I feel like a woman. Okay, HT. I know we kind of touched on politics a little bit here and there in the show. Way back in 2019, when I got into comedy, they told me to shy away from politics on stage.
Right.
Because half your audience may agree with you. The other half are just dumbasses. Our last president, 45, I wasn't a huge fan of.
Right.
I don't know if it had a lot to do with his policy. I just never got over the fact that he fired Lil Jon. Last night I had a dream, speaking of politics, that Joe Biden sniffed my hair.
Sniffed your hair?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which was cool at first.
Mm-hmm.
But then he touched me inappropriately.
Uh-oh.
Which was cool at first. But then he penetrated me digitally.
Ooh.
Which was cool at first. But then he started using his whole fist.
Oh.
Which was cool at first. But then it just got weird.
All right.
I know you were showing some of my photos from training days, and recently somebody told me I had a dad bod.
Oh, okay.
You know, I think it's more of an abusive dad bod. You know, the kind that shows up drunk at your t-ball game. Choke up on the bat, Timmy. God, are you sure he's mine? I'm not sure if you're familiar with this phenomenon, the Mandela effect.
No, what's that?
Some people have this false memory that Nelson Mandela died in prison.
Oh.
In actuality, he got out and became president of South Africa.
Yeah.
Others have a false memory of the children's book, The Berenstain Bears, being pronounced the Bernstein Bears.
Okay.
I think my wife is suffering from the Mandela effect.
Okay.
She has a false memory of me checking out the waitress's ass at Applebee's last night. I think I'll leave you with this. Looks like we're getting down to the wire. You know the difference between lice and pubic lice?
No. What's that?
They taught me this in real estate school. Location, location, location.
Dude, that's 5 minutes.
Oh, and I've never had lice.
And you've never had lice?
All right, that's all I got.
Oh, man. We can at least give
It's
it the
challenging.
outro.
It's a little difficult when you're not standing up there in front of a group of people in the spotlight on you.
Well, dude, we'll just cut that off. This has been a pretty good show, man. I think this was one for the record books. I'm excited about it. I'm excited to see what kind of reaction we got to it. It's number 6. Well, we had a lot of moving parts to this one, and there's a lot of stuff in it that I'm kind of proud of. And
Yeah. Dude, your
Yeah.
production skills. I'm picturing you in a big TV show, calling out cameras,
Yeah.
camera B, yeah, working the board, and you're doing it all from a little tiny box.
Yeah. Basically. So,
Pretty baller.
well, I'll tell you, man, I'd like to wrap the show up, but I have one last thing. Because it's the Terry Show. You have a 9th anniversary coming up.
I do.
Yes, you do. And as such, I thought that it might be appropriate, assuming that we can get the timing right on this. A few things got screwed up. Let me tell you, we've had a little bit of a time I've had a little bit of a time coordinating all this because, like I said, on the production side, this was kind of a busy show, and there were a few things that looks like they got missed, and I'm waiting on something to happen here, and it isn't happening. So I am just hanging tight for the time being and trying to. All right.
Dude, I heard something. You shared something pretty
Roll
cool
this back
earlier.
for a second. What's that?
Oh, no,
Oh, did you see something happen?
I see something happening.
Okay, so I can finally do this right. I didn't wait long enough. So now let's see if I got this part right.
Hey, I know that lady.
Do you?
Hey. Hello, Mr. Shepard.
Hi, Ricky.
Never thought I'd be turned on by a guy with a mullet, but I guess there's a first for everything.
Well, I'll
Yeah.
tell you, this was the last surprise for you, buddy. You got an anniversary coming up, and I thought since we were making the show all about you that we would bring in the person that knows you better than anybody to kind of cap the whole thing off. So, Terry, or Ricky rather, the floor is yours. Sorry.
Thanks for letting me get on here and talk and say all these great things about my husband. It's like, oh my gosh, we're coming up on our 9-year anniversary. Can you believe that? I just started like reminiscing about like all these things that like made me feel like still happy that I chose you or you chose me. I can't remember who chose who, but whatevs. But I just started like kind of going through things and like reminding myself like of those moments that either meant a lot to me or just reinforced why I was happy that I married you. This last, especially this last month, for me has been pretty rough personally, and you've been my rock, my person that I've leaned on, which that's kind of hard for me to do. I don't like to ask for help. I like to be the helper, not the helpee. So I appreciate you having my back. But yeah, it just got me to thinking about all these special moments we've shared over the years already.
Yeah.
So that picture here of your banged up leg that actually went all the way from your ass cheek down to your ankle made me think of the time that I almost lost you when we were in Jamaica at Rick's Cafe, and we were like, oh, everybody's jumping off this ginormous cliff. We can do that. We're still young and vibrant. It's just jumping into water. What could happen? And we both got a little jacked up. You worse than me. And then we got on the internet and started reading all these horrific stories of people that like friggin' died by jumping off that cliff.
Oh, I want to do it again. Now I know how to land it.
I could have lost you. Oh, and this is another thing that makes me so grateful that you're my husband. So one of our many trips to Vegas, and here, am I like 50 or 51? I don't know, old enough to know better. I usually know when to say when, but for whatever this night, I had like way too much to drink. So this was taken probably maybe 15 minutes before we walked into a restaurant, and the waiter brings our first course out, and I proceed to like puke like all over the table and the chair, the seat that I'm in. And my husband, who loves me so much, just like acted like it was no big deal, had our food boxed up, and just like was like, "Oh, honey," where as if the shoe was on the other foot, I would have left your ass right there at the table and just been like, "I'm out of here."
Oh, I know.
No. And this one, I just melts my heart, because I feel like it was like the first trip that you and I had together where we had like this concentrated alone time, and we didn't kill each other. We just enjoyed every moment of it in Cabo San Lucas. It was pretty amazing. But just overall, I'm just like so happy I'm with you, and this is the thing that makes me the happiest, is that now you're guilt. You're a granddad I love forever. You're also a granddad I love finger blasting. So.
Oh no.
So now you know, and all your throngs of fans out there know as well.
Oh, you two are just too much.
Oh, how sweet. Oh, how sweet.
What do you think, T?
Oh, that was so sweet. Oh.
Oh no, get in frame, get in frame, get in frame, get in frame. Thank you, stay there, stay there. This has been your show, buddy. We appreciate you, we love you, and this is all for you, my man.
That was so sweet. You guys are the best. Can we talk about simulation theory next week?
All right, kiss him some more so I can close this out.
Rocket one's in on this. This is the best.
Successful show, sir.
Very good.
Sweet.
That was fun.
Like
what
that?
a surprise, dude.
Huh? Did you like that?
Yeah, that was sweet. That was fun.
That's why I couldn't show you what any of this stuff was, obviously. I think I would have ruined it. Flip Mung is not in the credits this week.
You tripster.
Hey, great timing on the walk back, by the way. You got that perfect. You hit your mark perfectly. Ricky and I were talking on the phone earlier, coordinating all of this. We got on a Zoom call and we're working through all of the stuff to make sure we can get it right.
That's awesome.
Dude, I may keep this music for everything. It's like power. This is going really slow.
I can't.
I don't think the credits
I'm having a
are
hard
working.
time hearing it. I know, he slobbered all over my feet.
Man.
That's okay, we're cutting his balls off in 2 days.